Good morning, this is Miss Lee Russell, and welcome to Business Math B, Salary Changes. Today I'm going to go over cost of living and merit changes with salaries. I typically do get a few calls on this area in class, so you might want to get some paper so when we get to the example problem you'll be able to write down some of this information. As you know, salary changes will occur in any business, and this will be important for you to understand as a business owner or as an individual. You're going to use this information for the rest of your life because you will be working, whether you own your business or you'll be working for someone else. The two types of salary changes that are the most common are an annual cost of living. Usually that's an increase, and a merit salary change that is usually based on your work performance. There's some type of measurement that checks through production and your customer service, maybe the amount of time you spend with your customers or the amount of products you make. The annual cost of living is based more on economic factors and then the business profit. And that's pretty much the difference between the two. The cost of living salary change, the formula for this is basically the present salary times the COLA percent. Okay, COLA is cost of living adjustment. Again, that COLA is a mnemonic or abbreviation for cost of living adjustment. And there's that percent again. We use a lot of percents in business. This determined, the COLA percent is actually determined by the business owners themselves. It's based primarily on economic factors, and it's also based on the company's profits for that period of time. The merit salary formula is going to be, again, present salary times the merit increase percent. Sometimes that is determined by the business, but often there are statistics in place that actually measure that. The amount of time or the amount of units that you produce, the amount of time you spend with customers, the number of customers you're with, the amount you sell. So sometimes that percent is determined by statistics that are set up, and other times it's just determined by the manager that would be supervising you. So these are the two formulas that we'll primarily use. Don't forget, you can find this formula information in a couple of places. One is in your first activity in every single lesson. Under keywords, I have put teacher notes with the exact formulas that you need for each section. The other couple of places you can find this information is in my Adobe class. You can see in the upper right section the project information that I'm moving. This project information, when you get to the portion of class that uses these formulas, it will be listed on what page the formula needs the project formulas. Okay, you are welcome to come into my Adobe session anytime and view this information. The last place you could find this, if you look on the bottom left-hand corner to the left of the chat, you can actually come in here and search through the files. These files are here for you. And this one here, Business Math Salary, will be this presentation. And you can download or upload this file to your desktop at any time. So the final formula that we'll be using is determining new salary, and we will do that by calculating and adding to the present salary the cost of living adjustment, and then on top of that we will also add any performance or merit increase. And this is what the new formula looks like. Okay, here's your example. Now you're going to want to write this down, so make sure you get some paper and pencil. There are several of these problems within your lesson that you'll be working on like these. Employee Bob has a present salary of $20,000. He received a 2.5 cost of living adjustment and a merit increase of 4%. What is Bob's new salary? So the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to determine what the cost of living adjustment is. And remember, we take the present salary times the COLA, cost of living adjustment percentage. Okay, when you multiply those, the 20,000 that's given to us, and the percent, remember you move the decimal twice to the left, 0.025. When you multiply those, you get $500. I'm going to try that on your calculator and then you'll see. Next, we'll calculate the merit increase. So again, we'll take the present salary times the percent given, 0.04, and we end up with $800. Now, can you guess what the final formula is going to be? Good. That's correct. You're going to take the new salary equals, this should be $20,000 here, the old salary plus the 500 plus the 800 we calculated, and we add those together, and that is the new salary. Okay, as you work through your problems on these, there's going to be several like these. There'll be other missing pieces. If the present salary is missing and they give you the new salary, you actually just plug in the new salary amount to the left in the math formula and put X in for the old salary and solve it like an algebraic problem. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me in class, or give me a call, or jump into the next Adobe session. Okay? I've included one short video clip on the cost of living. And don't forget the questions that follow on this last screen. You need to message or email these to me in order to receive participation credit. You need to attend 2 Adobe sessions per week, one of which needs to either be a live instruction or one of these link presentation instructions with the quiz. You can do 2 instructional ones if you prefer, rather than a question answer, but these are the questions that I'm sending out for every single presentation that I have. They are graded and they are read, so make sure you thoroughly answer. If you do respond with a "I don't know" or "I'm not interested," then you won't receive points for those questions. So make sure you fill those out completely. Thank you for attending Business Math B New Salary Changes presentation. I look forward to seeing you in your next Adobe class.